Many parents are unsatisfied with their children's public and private school options. They see that academic expectations have been dumbed down and that students are not prepared to do college-level work or to join the workforce. Without a cohesive 12-year curriculum plan, students often receive a disjointed education that is riddled with academic gaps. Teachers are burnt out and underpaid, and they're asked to teach large classes of students that are functioning at such different levels that it's impossible to really engage them. As a result, teachers rely on textbooks and scantrons to minimize their preparation and workload. Across the nation, students are not receiving the depth of study required to be successful in college or career. Most students don't know how to use reference books, and they rely on Google to research. Even fewer know how to write a comprehensive research paper, something that all college-bound students used to learn in their junior year. Students have become accustomed to cutting and pasting plagiarized articles from the internet, and many high school teachers have come to accept first drafts as final papers. Because students aren't prepared for college, professors are forced to deal with remedial level students. Many college students take several high school level classes before they're able to take college level classes. Going to college without a strong foundation is like jumping into a pool without knowing how to swim. When the United States produces low-caliber students who are not prepared to compete with their counterparts in Asia and Europe, we will lose our superpower status. Don't assume that your child is getting a solid academic education. You have to be your child's advocate. If your child isn't getting the foundation he or she deserves, supplement their current program or start your own. Creating change in the public or private school sectors takes decades, more time than you have to make a difference for your children. You need to give your children a comprehensive education now so that they receive the skills needed to succeed when they graduate from high school. By using Merit Academy's curriculum, you can start a homeschool program to ensure that your children will receive a solid academic foundation before they start college. If homeschooling is not an option for you, you can supplement their education with an after-school or summer program using Merit's curriculum. That way, your children will learn the academic skills needed to become confident students, get into selective colleges, and excel in college and their careers. Merit Academy's K-12 curriculum is designed to prepare your children for college and to give them an advantage in the college application process. It is divided into 12-week trimesters per year and lays out week-by-week activities and resources for English, literature, math, science, history, language, and arts. The framework provides depth and breadth of study and engages the students with its rigorous content. Teachers receive a comprehensive list of books, texts, movie selections, and materials, and they have the freedom to bring their expertise and passion to each class. Imagine selecting your teachers who are experts in their fields. No more PE teachers teaching English. By setting up your own Merit Academy program in your home, you can provide an amazing education for your children. Simply convert a room to a classroom and invite 2 to 4 students to join yours. Their tuition will pay for your teachers, curriculum, and materials, so your children receive the ideal program. You don't have to be present or need to teach the classes yourself. You can continue working at your job because your hired teacher will run the classes. The best part is that you can hire teachers who are passionate about the subjects they teach, and their passion inevitably will rub off on your children. Another benefit of using Merit Academy's curriculum is that you'll have complete control over what is taught. Your children won't miss valuable content or skills because the teacher wasn't able to complete the course or had cut corners on curriculum, concepts, or materials. Your teachers will give you monthly progress reports so you're kept abreast of everything. This can be done. My 2 daughters completed the Merit Academy curriculum right in our home. My youngest started in kindergarten and my oldest in 4th grade. Classes were held Monday through Thursday from 9 to 3 in our home. On Fridays, they ran their businesses in middle school and participated in internships in high school. In elementary school, we offered small classes of just 5 to 6 students, and in middle and high school, we restructured the class size and chose to run one-on-one classes to ensure that they receive a solid academic foundation. My girls published books, ran successful businesses, interned with 16 professionals, and started projects that landed them at the top universities in America. They graduated from high school with the confidence that they can accomplish anything they set their minds to. Nicole went to Stanford and is now at Stanford Medical School, and Jacqueline is at...
Internships were a really great way to get me started looking at the field of medicine. I got to work with a vascular surgeon, so on my first day I walked into the OR and got to see an open heart surgery. I also interned with an ER doctor, so I got to see all of the trauma cases that came in. And then I also interned and then ended up working for an alternative medicine doctor which was really interesting to see the alternative side of medicine as well. So internships really helped me within the field of medicine, but also it helped me solidify my ideas about other professions. So I am very sure that I do not want to be a computer programmer. After 3 months with a computer programmer in a small room with no windows, I realized that wasn't for me. I also worked with an orthodontist, and I realized that I wasn't interested in braces and teeth. It's one thing to hypothetically think about careers, but to actually intern in them, you get to see what your daily life is going to be like in these professions.
I wrote and published 3 books since I've been at Merit Academy. My first book was when I was 7. I researched the genealogy of my family by sending hundreds of letters to my relatives to tell me stories about their ancestors and their relatives. While attending one of Sandy Leiden's seminars, I met a woman named Margaret Gordon, who's from UCSC's Special Collections Library. She read my book while we were in line and agreed to publish it later that year. The second book that I wrote is called The Coolest Braid Designs. In this book, I took pictures of different hairstyles that I designed and then wrote a how-to manual on how to braid them. The third book I wrote when I was a senior in high school is called Clueless Teen's Guide to Dating. This book is kind of a how-to on dating and being in a relationship, kind of what to do and what not to do. Being a teen myself, there were never really any rules or guidelines being a teen, maybe for when you're adult, but not for when you're our age. So I kind of wrote a how-to on some things that kids my age might not know about the dating area. I also include information on pregnancy and STDs. When I was in middle school, I started many businesses and projects. For the businesses, I learned how to create flyers and brochures. And for the projects, I learned how to organize my time so that way I could change something about the world. My first project was changing the date that Halloween was celebrated on to the Saturday before the 31st. This way, kids could go out, trick-or-treat, and have fun and get a good night's sleep instead of staying up late on a weeknight when they have school the next day. I sent out many flyers, talked to newspapers and radio stations, so that way I could change the date that Halloween was celebrated on to the Saturday before the 31st.
And Jacqueline is at Claremont McKenna. Both of them received over $30,000 per year in college scholarships, which saved us hundreds of thousands of dollars in college tuition. In addition to having an amazing school for my children, I didn't have the stress that many parents have because I was confident that my children were getting an excellent education and that they would be successful in college and career. You can either supplement your child's current education or you can set up your own homeschool program.